Hello and welcome to our live news update. I am Tante Azal. The headlines. Atiku at Nigerian Economic Summit Group in Lagos. IPOB rejects Soludo's offer to stand as surety for Nnamdi Kanu. South Africa's president to skip World Economic Forum. On sports, ex-Brighton midfielder Enoch Mwepu suffers heart attack. Now the news in detail. The People's Democratic Party presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar in Lagos on Monday for a scheduled meeting with the Nigerian Economic Summit Group. Addressing business heads and allies at the summit, Atiku pointed that if the government makes appropriate economic opportunities available for the people, it will significantly impact their socio-economic lives. According to the presidential candidate, hopefully a warm handshake with the private sector is needed for any policy or economic agenda to succeed. Atiku said the failure of the Muhammadu Buhari administration is staring every Nigerian in the face. He then assures Nigerians that if elected as Nigeria's president, his government will support the private sector to drive growth. Anambra State Governor Charles Chukwuma Soludo's offer to stand as surety for the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has been rejected. Governor Soludo pleads with President Muhammadu Buhari to release the separatist who is currently in the custody of the Department of State Services. Speaking at the rally of the All Progressives Grand Alliance in Awka, Soludo emphasized the importance of involving all stakeholders in the security situation in the southeast. In a statement issued hours later by IPOB Publicity Secretary Emma Powerful, the group said Soludo's surety for Kanu was not needed, noting that his kind of plea is the reason rulers of Nigeria have no regard for the rule of law. According to Powerful, the stage where Kanu is not needed for any bail. The stage where Kanu needed surety for any bail has passed, noting that the separatist has since been discharged and acquitted of every charge against him. IPOB said the call should be for the federal government to respect its own court and grant the detained separatists freedom. In foreign stories, due to the ongoing energy crisis in the country, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa will no longer attend the World Economic Forum in Davos, says his spokesman. The presidential spokesman says the president is currently convening a meeting with leaders of political parties represented in Parliament, National Energy Crisis Committee and ESCOM Board. He added that the further briefing sessions with key stakeholders will take place during the coming week. Russia and Belarus begin joint military exercises on Monday, which triggers fears in Kyiv and the West that Moscow could use its ally to launch a new ground offensive in Ukraine. The Belarusian Defense Ministry says the two allies will conduct Air Force drills from January 16th to February 1st using all Belarus military airfields and joint army exercises involving a mechanized brigade subdivision. According to reports, Pavel Maravenko, the first Deputy State Secretary of Belarusian Security Council, says we are maintaining restraint and patience, keeping our gunpowder dry. Maravenko says the situation on the country's southern border with Ukraine is not very calm and that Ukraine has been provoking Belarus. On sports, former Brighton midfielder Enoch Mwepu, who was forced to retire from football at the age 25 due to heart disease, has fallen sick. Enoch Mwepu is reported ill and is currently receiving treatment in a hospital in Zambia. Due to a hereditary heart issue, the former Zambian international bowed out from both international and club football at a very young age in October 2022. Brighton stated that the only alternative left open for him was retirement. In December 2022, Brighton named Enoch Nwepu under-9's coach. He started the role in January, days before he suffered a heart attack in his native country. According to reports, he is believed to have had a heart attack while driving and fell from the car after parking. Still on sports. Manchester United pulled off a spectacular late comeback to defeat Manchester City, courtesy of strikes from Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. With 12 minutes left, Erik ten Hag's team controversially equalized when Bruno Fernandes scored despite Marcus Rashford being in an offside position. The City's protest that Rashford had interfered with the play were ignored even though the flag was raised. With the 2-1 victory over City, United now has just one loss in their last 19 games across all competitions and are right behind City in third place in the standings. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.